Hello and welcome. Today we are in the tier 10 Royal Navy battleship, the Conqueror. We're playing on the map Trap, and unfortunately it is a mostly tier 8 battle. I am the only tier 10 battleship on my team, and this also means the enemy has only one tier 10 battleship. This is unfortunate because that means enemy ships have less HP, and having less HP means that fire deals less damage, and therefore it is harder to farm damage. See? Perfect logic right there. I headed over towards the sea cap at the start, but I think it's not the greatest cap zone to fight around for a Conqueror. Mostly because there's a lot of cover, and this means enemies that get set on fire and use the damage control party can then dip into cover, and then you won't get the damage you would like to get. Also, that's Clyde the monkey firing at me. I don't know if he does YouTube, but he's certainly a Twitch streamer for World Warships. Go check him out on Twitch. We're planning on doing some damage to him later. But for now, we're gonna pick on slightly bigger targets, such as a Salem. Although I suppose a Salem isn't all that different in size to a Cleveland. It's a higher tier though. Anyway, I'm going to get further away, because ideally I would like to fight more on the A and B side, because it's more open, and so it'll be easier to just keep farming fire damage. The other thing is that there's only one destroyer here, so being in open water as a battleship isn't that big of a deal. Besides, I can also help my Pommen, who surprisingly pushed into the middle cap on Trap. What the hell is up with battleships pushing into the middle cap on this? I mean, I feel like this just happened, except I was on the enemy team. Ooh, a Minotaur. Should I swap to AP maybe? Well, she's probably gonna be behind an island, so perhaps not. Whatever. I'll pick whatever target is appropriate. Also, there's a Slava, so I don't wish to be too close to that ship. I wish to have some time to be able to dodge the AP shells that come in from her. Now, the Conqueror is pretty good at it, especially with my legendary upgrade, because the Conqueror kinda turns a little bit like a cruiser, at least their other ship is really fast. Which means that it's possible to angle enough that Slava wouldn't deal that... Wait, what? 7 shell hits for 12k damage, but no fire? What is this? I have 12 shell hits and 0 fires. What is this? I thought Conqueror was supposed to have good HE. Come on. Come on. Where are my fires? Where are my fires? Anyway, we're on this side of the map finally. So don't really have to worry too much about Slava, although she might still take a shot at us. I think it's slightly unlikely. She's probably more interested in the Musashi on her side of the map and other stuff over there. Besides, we got the sea cap because that's where our destroyer was. But hopefully I'll set a fire at some point. It's almost as though I'm firing AP, but I'm clearly not. Another 2 shell hits. Still no fires? What is this? Is my HE broken? Maybe I should use AP then, or something. Minotaur's pushing out again. Can I fire over this island? No, I don't think so. By the way, there's a cyclone coming up. It'll be in full effect in 3 minutes. So, for those who don't know, cyclone reduces the spotting radius of all ships to 8 kilometers except CVs. But the downside there is that, or rather, you have to keep this in mind, that cyclone takes a while to activate. You see, it might say that it activates in 47 seconds, right? But that's when it starts. It takes 2 minutes to get into full effect. So what I often end up seeing is people overextend because they think cyclone is approaching, but it takes a while for the cyclone effect to kick in, and so they end up overextending as a result. Anyway, let's head towards the enemy. Where is the enemy destroyer, actually? Because I don't think we've seen her. Yeah, looking at the mini-map, I can't see her. So she's probably somewhere in front of me. Damn it. Oh well. It's fine. It'll be okay. Ooh, finally, my first fire. It only took 27 shells. Yeah, there's the destroyer. That's okay though. We're pretty good at maneuvering and we do have a super heal. Okay, Izuma, please catch another fire. Oh, the Östergötland. It's an Östergötland and she's sailing closer to... Wait, what? Doesn't that mean the Östergötland's dead? Because she already launched her torpedoes, so I don't have to worry about showing broadside to her. And she doesn't have a smoke screen, and she is within 5 kilometers of me, sorry. Östergötland, you've had it, mate. You've had it. I guess the game is a bit cruel today, huh?
We destroyed their destroyer.
Problem solved, sir. By the way, I detonated this destroyer as well. Wow. Wow, what is up with me and detonating destroyers, huh? Although I suspect she would have gone down regardless. But hey, we took care of her DD, or their DD. We are behind though in ships. We've lost 3, they've lost 1, but I think they're gonna lose their Izumo in a little bit. Cyclone is gonna kick in fully in 1 minute. I mean, right now. Cyclone's been active for almost a minute, but
We sank their battleship.
spotting range is still at 30 kilometers. I do have the Cunningham Special Captain on the Conqueror. This means that if I sink 2 ships, I get an extra consumables. And if I get a Wither, my reload increases or reduces by a little bit, so I get to fire more often. I should try to get close range to something though, because at this point, in 20 seconds, I can only fight ships at 8 kilometers from me. Although you can still blind fire, which can be quite effective, but it's kind of difficult to effectively do as a battleship. Okay, I was set on fire. I'm going to damage control party that single fire. I don't think it's likely I'm going to be set on fire again sometime soon, because I'm quite far from all of the enemies. So, we've lost 5 ships, they've lost 2. This is not looking good. I guess at this point it's a 7 versus 10. And they controlled 2 of the 3 cap zones. Yeah. Okay, so what we should do here is we should try to mop up the ships to the north of us here, near the A cap. And then try to take over the B cap and hold it. I'm gonna just try some blind shots into the ocean. Because at this point, why not? I'm not gonna be able to fire at anything anyway. So here I swapped to AP as well, because if you look at the minimap, the only known ships around me that the enemy might have is an Amalfi, Drake, a Minotaur, and a Friedrich der Grosse. However, cruisers are faster than battleships usually, so it's more likely I will first run into Minotaur or Drake or Amalfi than the FTG, so AP would be quite useful here, because I can punish them. So, some people think that Cyclone is kind of boring, but I actually like it, because you know it's coming, and you have to plan around it. Now, I understand many players don't like doing that, but it makes the game a little bit different. Now, I think Cyclone should last slightly less time, but overall, I kind of like the mechanism of Cyclone. Oh, Minotaur! Okay, since she's over there, I guess I'll have to move and try to preemptively dodge some torpedoes. There's a good chance that she fired. Wait, is that a Drake? Oh! Forget the torpedoes, forget the Minotaur. I have AP loaded with a Drake showing broadside to me. Drake, goodbye. Oof.
We sank an enemy cruiser.
I don't know what she was thinking here, but that probably didn't go according to plan. For her, anyway. For me, it was perfect. You see, Conqueror AP is kinda scary. You might think it doesn't do anything, but against cruisers, I mean, we're still talking, I think, 419mm guns, right? Which means that you do overmatch the relevant cruiser armor. I guess not 30mm, but Drake doesn't have that, I believe, and neither does a Minotaur. So this AP should be very, very effective against both. Okay, so the FTG and the Amalfi are both coming in. Unfortunately, the Minotaur didn't come around the island, but I guess I'll just sit somewhere here in the middle and try to do our engagements. Maybe we'll get lucky and get to... Maybe we can get a third devastating... Oh, hello, Clyde. Hello, hello. Oh, and he's broadside too. Oh, come on, Clyde. Come on. Although she's right on the edge, so might not work. Come on, Clyde. Please, citadels, please. That's not a citadel, Clyde. You disappointed me. Dang it. Oh well, it's okay. You can't win them all, I suppose. Okay, I guess next salvo maybe into that Minotaur. I do still have to be careful. I can never know when Minotaur fires torpedoes, and if she fires them in a line, they are exceptionally dangerous if you end up being in the way of them. You know, unlike other torpedoes, which, yeah, sure, you take a few, but you can usually survive. If a Minotaur fires torpedoes exactly in one line, and you are unfortunate enough to eat them, well, your ship's probably had it. Should I blind fire into that smoke? On the one hand, I might get lucky. On the other hand, it'll spot me for that Minotaur. So perhaps I should simply just wait here. Because we're ahead now. You know, we were behind in ships earlier, but now it's a 5 against 4. Oh, hello, Minotaur. Would you like some AP as well? Oof.
Enemy cruiser destroyed.
21k. No devastating strike, sadly, this time. And now, I guess it's a 5 against 3, and we're in a pretty dominant position. I also have a super heal up in case I need it. Clyde is being cheeky right now with HE and radar, which is a smart combination. That's actually one of the great advantages of a Soviet cruiser in a smokescreen, or I suppose a Des Moines, because your radar range is 10 or 12 kilometers, and you can shoot them outside of the range they can spot you from, but your radar keeps them spotted. Regardless though, it's HE spam by a tier 8 cruiser. It's not gonna do much against the Conqueror. He can get all the fires he wants, but I still have a super heal available, well, 3 of them actually. And I can always just damage control party if absolutely necessary. Wow, our Musashi went down only now. Damn. Regardless though, I mean, it's only 2 cruisers left. There's very little chance. If that were a cruiser that had torpedoes, say maybe an Anchorage or something like that, I would have to be a little bit worried. But because it's a Cleveland, there's absolutely nothing Clyde can do here. He doesn't have torpedoes to try to torp me suddenly. He doesn't have AP that can really threaten me. He might try to ram, but because of that I'm keeping like a healthy distance between that island, so even that's not going to happen. And yeah, overall, Clyde just can't do anything here. And I mean, the match overall though is over, because it's what? A Conqueror, a Pommern, a Mainz. I guess the Mainz does have low HP, but a Pommern and a Conqueror versus a Cleveland and an Eger. Yeah, very unlikely to succeed. Although Eger can actually citadel me. And Eger does also have torpedoes. But still, chance of that being successful is low, especially with my super heal. Also, this is actually the point at which I realized that Clyde was in my game, despite the fact that he shot me at the start of the game. That's how much attention I pay. Also, that Pommern just took my Kraken Unleashed, so unfortunately I will have to find another Kraken somewhere else. Heal is going up. 20k, oof, no citadels actually, but we still did 20k with that. Yeah, I mean, Eger might be very powerful with the guns and all of that, but we're still talking about the cruiser. You know, it's not going to matter too much. Here I might have actually been nicer to the Eger and eaten more torpedoes, you know, increase her results a little bit, but I didn't think of it at the time. Regardless, there's my Kraken, and that's all we really needed. Apparently, Conqueror AP against cruisers is still very effective. I mean, 4 citadel hits, 2 devastating strikes. Sadly, the Minotaur didn't have enough HP. That might have been a 3rd devastating strike, to be honest. So yeah, this was a great game. 2400 base XP. Oh, Clyde's number 1, of course, on his team. Oh, yeah, plays poorly. Report Clyde for playing poorly. I'm just kidding. Obviously, I'm gonna compliment him. It was absolutely a worthy adversary. Here's the detailed report. 193k damage, 107k came from AP. Only 10,000 fire damage on a Conqueror. 75k from HE shells. I don't know what was up with my fire chance this game. I just didn't seem to get any impactful fires, or really any fires at all. I mean, 5 flares for 48 shell hits is actually pretty good. But at the start, with the 20 odd HE shells that didn't set fires, it felt kinda weird, and I suppose AP picked up the slack that time. So let's take a look at the commander skills. It's the same stuff as last time. Priority target, expert marksman, superintendent, concealment expert, adrenaline rush, then fire prevention, jack of all trades, and expert loader. Jack of all trades is particularly nice on Cunningham because you get the better jack of all trades, which is 10%. You also get the special abilities. Upgrades wise, you use obviously the reload upgrade, then the legendary upgrade. If you don't have this, you would use concealment. Then the propulsion modification, it's quite amazing to be honest. Then aiming systems modification, damage control system modification 1, and last main arms modification 1. So overall, Conqueror is quite great. Not as great as Thunder, but amazing still. So anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video. I would like to thank the patrons on Patreon. Thank you very much for your continued support, and I hope I'll see you guys next time.